Hello, today I'm going to show you some CSS tricks that you may not know about. So I'm using Pug and SCSS, but I will show you the compiled PHP file here, and then we have the compiled CSS file here. So I am including a reset, and the reset looks like this. So here is the reset file. And then we have the SCSS, or I mean the compiled CSS file here. So you can see that we have the nav CSS file here at the bottom. So this one combines reset with this code here, and this is all the things that I'm going to go through, and I'm going to start with onset. So first of all, you may see that we have set a background color for every element to have a red background with a low opacity. So what we can do is that if we want to remove the background from the A tags, we can just do background unset, and now it removes the background. Or no, it didn't. Maybe it didn't compile. Alright, well, let's try that here. Yeah, okay, there it does remove the background. But I don't know why it doesn't remove it there. Okay, it does remove it. It was just not a very big difference. So we can do like this, nav background unset. And we can do li background unset. So you can unset background, and you can unset pretty much anything. So for example, we have text decoration none here, and if I remove this, you will see that we have this underline. And if we don't want it, we can do text decoration unset. So now it's also removed. And one more thing you can do is, for example, if you have an input. So let's do input like that. So now we have an input, and we just need to remove, we remove all this. And so now we have a normal input there. And what we can do is that we can change this to input, and we can use all unset, and it's going to unset everything. So now you don't see the input anymore, but it's still there, so you can still write here, but you just cannot see the input anymore. And if you have a div tag, so let's say we do actually we shouldn't change anything there, we should do it here, but so dot my class, and we do some text, so my text. So now we have this, and we can then do dot my class, and we can use outline 3 pixel solid black, and now you can see that it has a width of 100%. So you can do this display unset, because it has a we need this outline 3 pixels solid black, because by default it has display block, and we unset the display so it doesn't have any display. It doesn't use display anymore. So it's same as if we would do display in line, it would give us the same result. So now you can see that it has it doesn't have a width, or it does have a width because we have text inside, but otherwise it wouldn't have any width. So then we can also look at inherit. So let's say that we set body font size to 30 pixel. So yeah, okay, maybe that's not the best example because that gives the same font size to my class, but let me see. Yeah, so we can do this dot box box 1, and we do dot box 2, and then we go here and we do dot box 1 bg, let's do red, and we can do width 100 and height 100, and then we can do dot box 2, and instead of doing width 100 and height 100 and background blue. Oh yeah, I gotta save this one as well. So yeah, now we have a blue background on top of that, but let's do this so that we can see both backgrounds. So let's add padding 10 pixel. Yeah, so now you can see both backgrounds, and instead of doing this, what you can do is that you can use inherit. So now it looks the same. And if I would change this one to like I don't know, 150, as you can see, it still inherits the width from the parent. So this is what inherit is used for, and we can do this dot text my text, and we can take a look at initial. So we do body font size 32 pixel. Oh yeah, I gotta save that one. Yeah, so now we have 32 pixel, and what I can do is that I can go to dot text and change font size to initial. Then it will go back to the original font size, which is 16 pixel. As you can see, the text size changed. So initial is a default value, so you can use that to get to the default value. And then we have also box sizing. So let's do box sizing border box, and we do a box here. So let's do dot box, and now let's start without that. We just do that, and we do dot box width 100 pixel, height 100 pixel, bg red, and okay, that didn't work. And then we can add padding 10 pixel. So if we take a look here now, you can see here that this box is no longer 100 pixel, it's 120 pixel. So what you can do is that you can add box sizing border box, and it's going to stay 100 pixel. So now it's 100 pixel, and the padding goes in. So it's kind of like you use negative margin, negative padding, but you cannot use negative padding. You cannot put a negative value here. So you can use it for margin, but not for padding. So what you can do is that you can use box size in border box. And the default value for box sizing is padding box. So what you can do is that you can go here and you can set box sizing content box. I mean, that's the default value. Content box, and now it's once again 120 pixel because I changed it to the default value, because this class name has higher specificity than this star, so that's why it overwrites this value. And now let's take a look at colors. So we have this red color here, and we can change it to HSL, and we can do 0, 100%, and 50%, and it's still going to be red. So we can change it here to like a blue color, and if we want to change the lightness, we can go here and we can change it to like 10%. Now it's going to be a very dark color, or we can change it to here 90, so it's going to be a very light color, or we can go back to the default and change the saturation to like 50% or 10%. So HSL colors is very easy to use. You can change the lightness and saturation, and you can change the colors. So here you have like a pink color. So it goes from 0 to 360, and these two values goes from 0% to 100%. So what we can do is that we can also, if you want to use a hex color and you still want to change the lightness, you cannot do that in CSS, but you can do it in SCSS. And to do that, what you need to do is that you need to go here and do @use SAS color, and then we can go here and we can do background, or background's already written. So we can do color.scale, and here we can set a red color, and we can do lightness. We can do -50%. So now it's going to be a dark red color, or we can do 50%. So now it's going to be a light red color, and we can change it to 90 for a very light color. And you can also change opacity. I believe I think it's opacity that you can change. Opacity -90%. No, that's wrong. So it may be alpha that you can change. Yeah, you can change the alpha. So if we do this, let's go here and do body, background, URL, and we can set unsplash it. So now you can see that opacity. So we can change it here to like 50. Okay, maybe that was not the best background image. Maybe that one is not too good. But yeah, now you can see it. You can see through this box now. so you can also use alpha, and you can use both alpha and lightness. So you can do at lightness, and you can do like -50%. So yeah, you can see that it now made it darker, and it also has alpha. And you don't need to use color names here, you can use hex colors too. So you can do that, for example. So yeah, okay, bad background and bad background, and yeah, here you can see. Let's do this. Oops, background size cover. So yeah, that's better. And then you can also use RGB color. So you can change it to like 0, 0, 255. And yeah, now we have a blue color. And we can change the lightness to 0% for the default value. And yeah, so that's how you can change the lightness and alpha of RGB and hex color and color names. You can change the alpha of RGB by using RGBA, and you can change the alpha of hex colors too by using like this. So let's do background, and we can do 00 FF00, and then you can, if we add this color, you can see that it will be a green color, but then we can do like 30, and now you have opacity on hex color. So you can use it on hex color too, but you cannot add opacity. If you want like red, you cannot add opacity to this. Or well, you could do this opacity like 50%, I believe. And yeah, that still adds opacity, but it's going to add opacity to everything inside your box. So let's say you add some text here, then it will also add opacity to this text, and that's not good. So yeah, that's not a good method to use. So let's remove this background now, we don't need it anymore. And yeah, we can take a look at current color. So let's do body color red, and we can do here border 3 pixel solid black for now, and we can see how that looks. Yeah, so now we have a black border, and I can change this to a red border by using current color. So now it will be a red border because the current color is red, and I can change it here to like color green. Now the current color is green, so it's going to be a green border. As you can see, it works. And the next thing is for images. So what we can do is that we can add like .image or .img, and then here we add img src, and we can do unsplash.it/500 /200. Yeah, so, or actually let's do 200 500, and okay, maybe a little bit more like that. And I don't know why my browser sync keeps refreshing multiple times, but yeah, let's just ignore that. And we can do .img, and we can set this to width fit content, and then we can set height to, or actually let's set the width to 300 pixel and height to 300 pixel, and then we can use IMG with 100%. Okay, so let me see here. Object fit cover, and here let's see if I do overflow hidden. Yeah, okay, that's not really going to work. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Height 100%. And we can do width 100%. And if I remove this object fit cover now, you can see that it will be kind of stretched, and that's not good. So what we can do is that we can use object fit cover, and now it's no longer stretched anymore. So what you can also do is that you can use object position top if you want, and it will now be the position at top, and you can use bottom, or you can use top center, and you can just use center. So yeah, that's object fit cover and or object fit and object position. So let's remove yeah, let's remove that for now. And then here we can add dot text, some text, and we can take a look at this function, SCSS function. So let's do this dot text, and we can do text shadow 003 pixel red, and now you can see that we have a red shadow. Let's actually change the color to transparent. So yeah, now you can see, or actually let's change it to white. Yeah, so that we have a text shadow, but it's not very visible because we only have one shadow. If we would like more shadows, we would need to do something like this. And now it may be a little bit more visible, but instead of repeating this 100 times, which is going to take forever, you can do shadow, and you can do like red, and let's do 60 for now, or 50, and we can go here and we can add in a function. So we can do add function, and we can call this function or no, I believe it's just function. No, yeah, it's like this, function shadow, and we do color, and we set the default color to black, and we then add repeats, and we set it to like 10 times by default. And here we can then add value, and then here we can add in a for loop. So we can do at for I from 1 through repeats, and then we can add in that, and here we can do value, append value 0, 0, 3 pixel color, comma, and then here we can do at return value. So now this should work, and yeah, it does work. So we can change it here to like green, or you can change this to 1 for default, just one shadow, and you can change it to 100 if you prefer that, or just 20. So we can look at the compiled CSS now. If we go here and scroll to the bottom, and you can see that it has repeated this shadow over and over again. I believe it was 20 times here, so it has repeated it 20 times. So that's how we can use the function in SCSS, and that's also how you use a loop. So yeah, okay, that one is done, and the next thing that we are going to look at is variables. So in SCSS you have SAS variables, so you can set here like color red, and we can change change to BG color, and we can go here and remove this function now, and this, and we can set background, and yeah, but then we can use BG color, and it's now going to have red background color. But you don't have this type of variables in normal CSS, but instead you have custom properties, and it looks like this. So we can do BG color, let's do blue this time so we can see a change, and then here we can do var BG color, and now we can save it, and we have a blue background. So this works in normal CSS, you don't need SCSS for this. And yeah, you can use root in normal CSS too. And then yeah, okay, so we are done with that part, and then we can take a look at transitions. So let's say we have a yeah, let's make a box here, and let's do box width 100 pixel, height 100 pixel, BG black. Okay, that doesn't work. BG, and yeah, okay, let's just do this and this. Yeah, so now we have a black box there, and what we can do is that we can do at or and hover, and then we can do transform scale 1.5, for example. So if we go here and hover over this, it gets larger, but then we can add in a transition. So transition transform 0.5 seconds, and we can do ease in, for example, and now we have a transition. But then we can also do this. We can go in inspect element here, and we can click on this icon here, and we can then change the slider. So we can do like that, and we can target this slider, and we can change it to up like that. And now we can copy this code here, and we can then paste it in here, and then we can save that. And now you can see here, so it gets when you hover over the box now, it gets first smaller and then larger and then smaller. So that's how you can use or cubic Bezier for transition. So yeah, then we can just do a fun project now and see something that we can do with Pug just for fun. So we can do this. We can add a dot wrapper and dot container, and here we can do for let I is equal to 0, I is less than 100, I plus plus, and then here we can do dot box style, and here we can first set up some variables. So let's do let hue is equal to math.random times 360. Let's duplicate this one 3 times, and then we can change to 100 and 100, and here we change to saturation and lightness. And then here we can add in a custom property, bg color, and then we can do HSL, and we use hue, and then we use this $sign and color braces and saturation, and after that you need a percentage, and then here we can do this and lightness, and then we can use a percent here. So then you can also do this. You can copy that and go here and add this here. So now if we save this, okay, yeah, okay, there you can see. Okay, so one is undefined light. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. So now it works. Now we have random HSL colors, and what we can do is that we can do this dot wrapper width min 1450 pixel 100%, and then we can do margin auto, or we can do 100 pixel auto, so 100 pixel and auto, and yeah, so now we have it more in the center, and then we can do dot container, and we do dg. Okay, so maybe, okay, let's just do display grid, and we can do grid template columns, and we do repeat auto fit min max min, so we can do 200 pixel 100%, and here we can add in 1 FR, and now it will look like this. And yeah, so it's also responsive, so we can take a look at that here. So if we go here, we can change this this width here. Okay, so for some reason I cannot change the width. Oh well, let's just click here. So yeah, it's now responsive, so yeah. But yeah, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we need to add in this box sizing border box, and we can do padding 10 pixel, and then here we also add in padding 10 pixel, or we can actually use inherit. So then here we can also do dot box background, and we can do var bg color. So now we can see this background color, and we can add in padding 10 pixel, or let's say 10 pixel, 14 pixel, and we can change font weight to bold, and font family to Arial, and then we can go here and do gap 10 pixel, and yeah, so now you have this all these random colors, and now you can actually use this shadow function, because as you can see on darker colors you don't see the you don't see the text, you need to highlight it to be able to see it. So this shadow function is perfect to use here, but I'm not going to go over that right now. But what we can do is that we can we have this custom property, and we can set the default color, so we can do red for a default color. And if we don't have this this thing here now, so we can just remove this, then it's going to have a default background of red. As you can see, now it's default red, because this custom property doesn't exist. So I don't think there's anything else that I want to show, or that I can think of right now. So I guess that's it. Have a nice day. Bye.